Hi, I'm Reanne Meyer of the Boom Real Estate Group, brokered by American Way. I'm here with another episode of One-on-One with the Experts. I am down in Fairmont, Minnesota with Jarod Mathiason with PrimeLending. We are going to be discussing VA loans, and he has a certification in veteran lending specialist license, as well as I have an MRP, which is a military relocation professional endorsement. So between the two of us, we would love to be helping you with your VA needs. Again, Jarod with PrimeLending. And one of the things we were going to talk today is about VA loans. And you are a certified veteran lending specialist. Can you tell everybody what that means?
So as a certified veteran lending specialist, we've received extensive training, ongoing continuing education with VA loans. Anybody who's currently serving, anybody who previously has served, so veterans and current service members, even spouses of our veterans who are lost in combat. And so what we do is we help those folks figure out exactly what their entitlement amount is. We get them a certificate of eligibility, and we help them navigate which home loans they qualify for. And it's something that is very, very widely misunderstood. And so helping veterans navigate that is something that we really pride ourselves in. Additionally, we receive a lot of training in helping educate our realtor friends in learning what the program is and what it isn't. Because right now, as you know, there's quite a bit of stigma in the industry surrounding VA loans.
Yeah, so I know in the past it was always, if you seen an offer come through with VA, sellers were kind of held back by that. Right now, we're being kind of told that this is a bonus. What would be a reason that this would be a positive for somebody to see a VA offer come through if you were a seller at this point?
Sure. So one thing to keep in consideration is we are seeing every day more and more legislation change surrounding the VA loans. For instance, in the last month, we have now seen any property that was built 1978 or newer is no longer subject to the chipped and peeling paint requirements that you might see with an FHA or a USDA loan. And so it makes it so a property can be sold much easier. Right now, not every candidate that is buying a home qualifies for a conventional mortgage. So many folks, especially in rural areas, like where we live, only qualify for an FHA loan or a USDA rural development loan. And most government loans, you're subjected to chip, peeling paint, the really high property standards. And so this literally will open up more doors in allowing our veterans to get into some of the homes that they previously didn't qualify for.
In the past, people have been paying pretty high prices for homes, especially like during COVID, and now kind of that time is the time people are trying to sell and they're wanting the high prices, and we're seeing a lot of problems with appraisals. So people that are wanting these VA loans, is there any benefit to somebody using a VA program right now when you're getting an appraisal?
As far as the actual appraisal portion goes, there's maybe not such a huge benefit. However, because it's a zero down program, our veterans don't need to put any money down to get into a home. Additionally, there's a lot of misinformation and confusion. Many veterans think that you can only have one VA loan at a time. Since probably the Obama administration, we've had extra entitlement. So some folks have two, we've even seen 3 or 4 homes with a VA loan, some of them simultaneously with the extra bonus entitlement. And because they don't have to put a down payment down, it leaves more money for other things as far as property upkeep or improvements are concerned.
Is there anything that would really help somebody, especially like a certificate of eligibility or maybe disability, that maybe as somebody who's coming out of the military or things like that, that would also help them when they're applying for some programs?
Yeah, so when any service member or veteran applies, we always ask them for a copy of their most recent DD-214. We will take that certificate, that DD-214, help them get a certificate of eligibility. That will tell them exactly what entitlement that they have, if any of it has been used up, if it's been restored. One of the things that we do at Prime, as well as being a certified veteran lending specialist, is there's some folks out there who in the past have lost homes, or certain lenders have not reported that their entitlement has been restored, and we can actually reach out to our contacts at the VA and have them restored. It's typically a process we see same day or quickly thereafter.
So what about like origination fees? Is there a difference between the VA or any other programs with that?
Every program within every company, they charge different amounts. I know I've been with probably 4 different lenders in my career. One of the things that we do is we do not charge our veterans any origination or underwriting fees. It's something that we do to kind of help honor our service members. There are a few other organizations that do that as well, but we want to help those folks who have, given so much and sacrificed so much, and so we don't charge what we normally would with conventional or FHA or other traditional financing.
Yeah, so I know you had brought up earlier about being able to have more than one house, and I think that's also something that people did not know, or things in the past. You're allowed one. Is there anything, once you've used one and get a second or a third, it does affect it? Maybe like percent-wise or things like that. How does that work for somebody?
Great question. So if a veteran has any sort of disability, 10% is the standard, but any disability at all, they're exempt from the funding fee. Now, the funding fee on every subsequent transaction for somebody who's not exempt, it does go up from a percentage standpoint. But again, if you have that disability status with the VA, then it's just zero.
And I guess one of the biggest things too is that when we're looking at an overall person as far as their budget, as a realtor standpoint, we're looking at what the taxes might be, we're looking at what the mortgage might be, and we're also looking at insurance. So we're looking at kind of their overall costs, not only the day of closing, but what they're going to be paying. And that's something you look at every year too. So if they qualify and have disability and things like you're saying, is there anything that would help them as far as their monthly payment for taxes, or anything that would help them be able to maybe afford a higher budget?
Sure. Yeah. One thing we pride ourselves on is helping our service members that are buying homes figure out some folks with their disability status don't have to pay property taxes. And so we factor that in. That makes it so they're able to purchase more home. It increases purchase power. And so we also help all of our clients, not just service members, with keeping their homeowners insurance premiums low. And so there's certain tricks that you can do. You can up some of your deductibles, shopping around, making sure you bundle home and auto. And so we try to make sure that we help our service members figure out the ways not only to keep their mortgage low, but also to keep their entire payment low, all of their liabilities, insurance, taxes, and the mortgage as well.
And I know, coming from having VA loans and stuff in the past, I was always contacted too whenever interest rates would drop or change, and I wouldn't have to really pay anything, and they would fluctuate my loans and stuff. Is that something that's still being offered, where they can sit and fluctuate, and maybe when interest rates are dropping, they always want to make sure that you're out there getting kind of the best things?
Yeah, so veterans with a VA loan, they can receive 100% financing. And so there was some lenders out there at one time that were doing what we call churning, which is where they were calling service members that had the VA loans and saying, hey, rates are down, 0.25%. Now would be a good time. We can do this for no cost. We'll roll any cost into the loan. And it was causing a lot of folks unnecessary fees. And so the VA actually did crack down on that. And you do have to wait. There's an equation for how long somebody has to wait. Once they do refinance, they have to make a certain number of payments before they can refinance again, even if rates were to drop. And so that's just one way to make sure that predatory lending isn't happening, that the churning isn't happening, and protecting our veterans from some of those unsavory lenders.
Yeah. And how many VA loans do you think that you do, maybe per month or per year?
Sure. I'd say on any given year, the amount of business that I do is about 25 to 35% of my book of business. That number used to be higher. It used to be 50 to 60%. But there was a lot of stigma surrounding VA loans. So, for instance, when we were in a buyer's market, we saw many more buyers using the VA loans. And now that, we kind of shifted a little bit and we're in a seller's market, we were seeing as many as 90% of our transactions being conventional financing, as the sellers get to pick and choose a little bit. The VA has recognized that, and again, has recently put out some provisions for changing the rules surrounding chipped and peeling paint in homes built after 1978, just to make it easier. What we do see a lot is if there's a multiple offer situation, we like to have backup financing for conventional for our VA clients. And after they've been in the home for a little bit of time, if it makes sense, we help them refinance from their conventional financing over to a VA financing option.
Okay. Is there any advice you'd give to either a buyer or seller today about, VA loans or anything to try to take that kind of stigma away?
Yeah, sure. So my older brother and both my dad, they're both Army veterans. They sacrificed quite a bit in protecting this country. So my words for anybody selling a house is take that into consideration. Those folks have really sacrificed a lot, and if we can sacrifice a little by maybe taking a few more minutes to accept that VA financing over conventional or another program, definitely take a look at it. What I would tell veterans is make sure whoever you are working with has been working with VA loans for a long time, because there's a lot of lenders, loan officers that they do VA loans, but they're not very good at it. There's a lot of equations and algorithms and things that we have to take into consideration that we don't take into consideration on other loans. And I have seen, I see it probably 2 to 3 times a year where a loan officer misses something, and then I end up with a client and have to save the deal by recalculating things. Just make sure you're working with somebody who keeps up on the changes in guidelines and has your best interest in mind.
Yeah, I think that's something we've both talked about for many years, trying to very much, having my MRP and then you doing the certified veteran specialist stuff. It's something we both have talked about. And thank you again for your time and kind of educating everybody out there. And
thanks for having me.
Yes, of course.